I'm yeah, I'll probably be quick jump. Lunar Eclipse in Virgo, Hosta. This is just me. This is just me kind of reciting the write up, cause I ain't want to get in a practice of not doing them jumps, cause I had already got to a practice of doing them. So thank you for attending it. So you think I said and all that there. So key themes for Hosta: intelligent debaters with humor, manipulation, cunning, craftiness, healing modalities like Reiki or palmistry, success at adventure, racket sports, the themes of astrology and palmistry, trickery, magic, puppetry, juggling, art, drama, music, paint. Okay, Mercury's exaltation, so it kind of gives skill in all earthly matters, like earthly skills. So, you know, being technical about things, but in the same vein, also having a practical understanding of things you can't use. So a person like if you got an astrologer or somebody like that, they got Virgo placements, they gonna give you practical ways to use them things. You dig what I'm saying? Jordan Belfort and Leonardo DiCaprio got hostage something, and they was in the stock, but insider trading and all that type of shit. So salutations to Lord Ganesha. Humbly I offer obeisances, so that you might preside over this report, put obstacles in the path or remove obstacles. You dig what I'm saying? Obstacles in the way of making this eloquent. Limit my swearing and my tangents. You feel me? Blessings. So that's the chart right there. This occurs the 25th of March, 381 on Eastern board, right? So lunar eclipses got the nature of K2. And moon in this chart is conjunct K2. So K2 is a planet that brings us towards moksha, salvation, liberation from this world. You dig what I'm saying? To go towards a heavenward direction. The lunar eclipses are points of culmination, and they trigger other transit and events in the life, right? For the energies that have been building up for the last 6 to 9 months. Usually, I think it said every 2 to 3 years, eclipses switch from solar eclipse to lunar, and instead the lunar eclipse comes first and then the solar eclipse. So lunar eclipse is similar to, they bring dissatisfaction, where it's like if the moon was with Rahu, it'll bring destabilization. They both destabilize, but K2 gives the nature of just being dissatisfied. K2 numbs whatever he touches in the horoscope. So our emotions and experiences have been numbed, you know, and seek to be dissolved. It's a time to just leave things in the past, cut all the cords and emotional attachments and stuff like that. You're going to be dissatisfied, going to be disappointed, but you got to make room for other things, because Hasta is the hand or closed fist. If it was with Rahu, maybe it's trying to grasp something new, but because it's with K2, it's kind of letting go. And then K2 gives meditation. So therefore you might use them hands to begin praying and stuff like that too. And then, you know, if you get a manicure, that's your hands, right? And then Hasta is hands, so it's a period of like the part of manifestation. I can't stand y'all words, but it's a period of manifestation where you let go of things and declutter, right? All right, cool. So favorable for earth signs and water signs, and it's gonna be a little turbulent for fire and air signs. You dig what I'm saying? So the energy of the full moon is finicky and anxious because of Virgo, ball busting and critical. I got that because, right? So it'll just bust your balls, but it's looking to actually be helpful and shit like that, because it's about service. But Virgo has to point out, it's got to, because it's Mercury, so it's going to point out, like, what the fuck, you know, why you'd be like, okay, and then has to act on it next and shit like that. So 5 questions to ask. Have I been too picky, pedantic, or critical of myself or others? That's the ball buster. Have I been humble to the point of underrating myself? That's the finicky part, being too critical. Can you go away? Thank you. 3 is, have I been of service to others enough this month? You know what I'm talking about? Have I been worrying and complaining too much and attracting negativity? I answered that. I said a bit, yeah, I be worried about like you motherfuckers telling this shit. Like that shit real life just put me in it. It's like, ooh, can't fuck with nothing. Like, why is everybody so nosy or just want to tell and shit? So 5 is, have I paid enough attention to the details I need to this month? You dig what I'm saying? Remember the importance of helping others and the importance of focusing on one's health. And you find a balance between being down to earth and allowing yourself to dream. So Moon in Virgo is the instinct to adapt to details, improvements, or adapt to a struggle or conflict. So Virgo is just mainly like very adaptable. It's really what we getting at. You dig what I'm saying? We put other details and all those other names to it. It's just like, let's just see Virgo as being extremely adaptable, tough. They're survivors, like the first order. Kind of innovative, but in a very grounded way, not like a Aquarius innovative way. It's like they gotta destroy and tear things down and show you how things was just terribly structured. Virgo kind of could take a shit structure and adapt to it. Take a terrible environment and adapt to it. That's what makes them creative, analytical, observant, and refined. You dig what I'm saying? So it's the exaltation, all and office and own sign of Mercury. So it's very technical abilities. They can kind of make a success out of whatever they put their mind and efforts into. The hands, right? Sharp intellect and vocational ability. It's just like saying they can perform most jobs. You see what I'm saying? But ideally things that they can touch and use with their hands. So this is like, I've been thinking about a lot of things, like especially with my hands. When I was in Nova, nigga signed up for electrical engineering, but the engineering I don't really like. I got a thing with me. It's like, I ain't gonna hold it. I've always been that way. I didn't know it was so fucking bad, but like just Western ideas and all that stuff, some things are just too theoretical, and I'm not trying to get into nobody's theories and all that stuff. And I just didn't like engineering because we did a little bit of the electrical stuff before I got there at another school. It was like, you see the amps and the cords and the red wire with the blue wires. Like, nigga, that's active and technical. Let me do that. I thought that's what we was going to get into. It wasn't. So I just lost total interest. I'm kind of mutable fixed. So Moon is Kemadruma. It's a feeling of loneliness, a lack of support in the activities this month. Moon is alone, or it gives the feeling of being alone, kind of like, ooh, I ain't lacking in resources and stuff. Mercury is the dispositor. He is 7 from the moon. And he is in debilitation. So it's like a really restless. And then maybe seeing things that's not dead. Feeling certain ways about you maybe that's not dead. Maybe not recognizing patterns that you fallen into. Or recognizing patterns and you don't want to fall into them. You dig what I'm saying? Because lunar eclipse is a revelation. So Mercury is bringing the revelation. He's helping show where the revelation occurs. And oftentimes, because the 7th house is karma triangle points down. So your associations in life could bring you up or bring you down. You think what I'm saying? So it's time to just kind of let go of all those people or things and desires. 7th house, karma, all those desires is like, ooh, have you thought this down through? You feel me? Are you seeing this correctly? Your intellect, the intellect Mercury becomes clouded in the waters of Pisces, and I put smoky waters because Rahu over there, Rahu is smoke. Rahu at Pisces, Rahu and water signs. Where's my shit at? Rahu and water signs brings deep passion, spiritual desires, or passion for knowledge, but it just expands the imaginative and illusory nature. mystery, stealth, slippery shit, elusive shit, right? Slick, slimy, eel-like. So, and Rahu and Pisces gives poor sleep and restlessness in bed and stuff like that. It's not favorable. You dig what I'm saying? And Rahu and Pisces gives the excitement. Rahu excites what he touch. So it's like, it's the excitement for spirituality and the excitement to know all these kind of occult things and all that, right? But Rahu is also a thief and a charlatan. You think what I'm saying? So it's like at a certain point you think you're getting a game for somebody and you're not. There's just a charlatan. They kind of, and Rahu got a real greed and materialistic desire for material enjoyment. So oftentimes motherfucker will fake give you the game, but he just trying to get his money so that he can do whatever little debaucherous things behind closed doors, which is Pisces. Feel me? Everything just smoke and mirrors right now. That's what's been pissing me off. I ain't gonna hold you. It's like you know, because you gotta actively be willing to believe some bullshit. And why? Be willing to believe the bullshit in order to get that. So hey, you know what I'm talking about? Mercury and the Sun from Moon is a attention toward relationship, business, and how we come across to others, right? Or desire to travel and have sex. But Mercury falling, so it's like maybe people kind of like, yeah, because that is Virgo. Virgo is Venus is debilitated in the first house of Virgo, so it's like sex ain't really on their minds. I can only speak for myself as somebody with Virgo ascendant. I'm kind of cool, like always. You feel me? It's just like the idea of relationships make me go like, oh my gosh, like what the fuck? You feel me? It's so like, and it's like I've been in them shits too long, and then you be like, what the fuck? And then you know, I think characteristic for, I want to say Virgo ascendants, Virgo moons maybe, is to be in a relationship for a max, like ideally, the max is about 3 months. A month, 3 months. And then it's like, all right, it's kind of got to, you know, has to stop. Feel me? So Mercury and Pisces, discontinued thinking, imaginative thoughts, artistic probing, spaced out or unsettled. Being taken in by charlatans, scammers, and flim-flammers. Trouble with practicality or practical success. Mental instability. You feel me? And for what it's worth, yeah. You feel me? Because look, even with these lives, I don't even know why I be doing these jokes, because I never really wanted to. It was just I had been taken in by charlatans. They was like, nah, you know, I'd love to hear you talk about this shit. I would say, yeah, that's because I be sitting up there reproving your ass. Like, I'm talking to you, specifically you. But it's the Rahu. Like, we in a Rahu time, so a lot, and I forgot about this shit. But I'm like, bro, I got a pretty decent place Rahu. It's strong. So I'm not without those issues. But in the same vein, I see the endless passions and obsessions in others way more. And this shit is ungrounded. Like Rahu in a fire sign, it's nothing but smoke for them. Like they always burning themselves out with just the idea of all their passions. And then they fire is active. So like they real life put energy towards it. And then they just kind of end up burnt out. The ones in water sign, water is heavy. So they kind of just like, oh my gosh, they can end up brooding on them things, or they might sit up there and be super focused on, you know, making that shit. But I think water is cohesive and bonds, so they end up pulling others into their shit. You see what I'm saying, bro? Like, it did Rahu and air kind of just, I feel like those gonna be the individual, like motherfucker with Rahu and an air sign, probably the ones that are, you know, just be willing to spew whatever to get some type of results, but they just kind of always spewing up. And then you get Rahu and Earth signs. It's like you give Rahu something tangible now, so they can actually make something tangible happen. But in the same vein, I'm trying to think. Think how, because I couldn't really understand the Earth signs. I could put it together, but it's practical passions, tangible desires, logical expansion, a grasp of the unusual. They're grounded yet obsessive. Let me keep my little light up. You know, something out. What I got? Decent, tracking, and impactful. So Rahu and Earth signs seem to make more of an impact, but it's Earth. So Earth is what? Earth is feminine, it's kind of receptive, but then it's logical. So it's like Earth got this firmness to it. So these motherfuckers got boundaries with it, like, and they might not even want to share their desires too much. You dig what I'm saying? And it ain't even about, yeah, kill. They ain't really trying. I ain't trying to share this shit. But here's the kill. That's what I'm saying. The moment I kind of took advice from motherfuckers with Rahu and air, Rahu and fire, or Rahu and water signs, it's like, nigga, I be miserable as shit. Like, all y'all cut out for all this, like, trying to be seen and, you know, all that, I don't know, trying to get, like, bond and pull other people in and then be seen. They kind of get off on that. I actually was getting money off of this, because I never really seen somebody getting money off these things, because I understand, like, to a degree, like, nah, people get put in place to do those things. And then the key is, as me being this, like, they push my people insecurities and confusion, because they need somebody at the bottom that's totally out of the loop. You dig what I'm saying? So all that trying to broadcast things, it's like, where would it reach? You understand what I'm saying? But if I push telling you things that's not true and false and not grounded, you dig what I'm saying? It's just I'm just pushing images of fame and popularity and notoriety, just goofy Rahu things, the goofy part of Rahu on you, right? The things that's keeping you trapped up in a prison, instead of like seeking liberation. If I continue to push those confusing things on you, oh yeah, I could get some money because that's just what it is, I guess. I don't even know how to put it. It's no dependency. Rahu is about drugs, poisons that heal or hurt and harm. So if I'm not pushing some addiction on you, like getting you addicted to, oh yeah, I'm feeling good about something horseshit that a nigga told me in a 7-second clip. I'm feeling good. But then when I start feeling bad because it wasn't the truth, and it's not true to one's authentic expression of themselves and their soul, the character of their soul, then you're going to be miserable again. And where you going to go to get your fix? Right back to the charlatan. And it kind of be vexing me. Like, that hurt me more than any little bullshit that I be going through. It's the fact that a lot of us be going through bullshit and then think it's supposed to be the case. Like, no. You feel me? Rahu will tell your ass, well, just go ahead and get your money and shit. But then you'll be getting money around a bunch of fuck niggas. Or you'll be getting money and, trying to stay afloat around a bunch of fucking worms. And that's tough. You dig what I'm saying? Because you going to have to cope. That shit get on you. Like, always contagious as shit. Energy, we don't sage nor pray enough. The bull of Dharma stands on one leg. It's not that much righteousness here. The fuck? And we are forgetful as as human creatures. We are forgetful. So it's like, hey man, you understand what I'm saying? We're gonna make mistakes, but it's like, why can't we just have better conduct overall? I get over that. It's Lunar Eclipse. I'm gonna get over that. But I watched that nigga dap a worm up. He dapped a real live sucker up. And it was like, I was mad at him, but I'm like, I'm mad because what are you doing? What are y'all doing? Like, I was screaming at him, but I'm really talking to everybody within earshot. We got to make an example of this. Why are we shaking this nigga hand, making him feel okay about his lack of integrity? And this nigga a man? Nah, this crazy. You dig what I'm saying? This is crazy. Then you got, okay, maybe it's just this Rahu in the earth. It grounds some of the unusual, or because Rahu was able to see through the illusion of the Lord's Maya and the Mohini incarnation. He was like, what the fuck? You're not about to fool me with, you know, with this image of a beautiful woman and shit like that. Nah, nigga, what you're dispensing, the true thing to be looking for is the grace of the Lord's grace, salvation, that thing that, oh yeah, you know, that everlasting feeling of salvation, being saved by the Lord's grace. That's really what the fuck somebody should want. But this image of this beautiful woman, and that image of a beautiful woman could be actually that, or it could be the status that come with that, the fame, the notoriety, you see what I'm saying, the desires, seemingly being satiated and all that. Yeah, nah, bullshit me. You ain't gonna get me with none of that. And that really be how a lot of y'all are. You want to be the most prettiest broad or whatever, and then some niggas just want to be around the prettiest broad and want to tell you about their escapades. And I be looking at niggas like, bro, like, oh my gosh, stop it. I bear witness. Wasn't nobody about to kick us out of that jump, bro. You just did not like the fact that a nigga had that effect on a bitch. You didn't like that shit. It stirred up jealousy in you, and you was like, I feel sexually threatened by this black man. I kind of gotta stop that. I'm gonna tell him that he could have got us kicked out. Bro, I already know every time I step into a spot, motherfuckers all on me. Watching. Wanting to see what the fuck I'm up to or what I'm about to do. Bro, chill. I don't need that from you, goofy. But then you gonna sit up there and dap up a worm because he don't make you feel that jealous. Crazy to me. Get the fuck away from me, dog. That shit real loud disgusted me. I didn't like that shit. And then motherfucker lie to your face about the dumbest shit. This Rahu is very strong. My Rahu strong as shit. But it really creates a lot of fucking destabilizing factors. I got this shit in Kendra. I ain't aspecting my moon and some more shit, nigga. So it's like, I gotta chill. Real, I be miserable as shit. I be manic. And I'm going into this Rahu phase, man. I be manic as shit. Feel me? So just being overwhelmed by others, you might become monastic. First Lord in the 7th is it naturally gives an orientation towards partnerships and relations. When it's well placed, is skilled in relating to others, the ability to bring pleasure and enjoyment to others, right? And get help from others. But Mercury kind of in fall. I don't think he is combust or close to combustion, but he is with Rahu. So it creates illusions, smoke and mirrors, or the ability to kind of see through some of the illusions of others, right? So Mercury is in fall, so the negative things is likely to manifest. Us being overwhelmed by relationships, kind of seeing the illusion of things and then becoming a bit dissatisfied, disappointed, or just destabilizing effect in relationships, right? First Lord is with 12th Lord, Sun of detachment and losses, just letting go. That's the thing, letting go and decluttering for something new to awaken, right? Virgo is Rahu that brings struggles, obstacles, and enemies, the awareness of enemies. As an Upachaya house, it brings improvement, so the ability to adapt. You know what I'm talking about? I did 7th Lord and the 8th because that's just mysterious interactions, but 8th is house of endings and shit like that, so just let go of that shit, man. You feel me? You gotta start new. Hasta, I'm gonna just talk about Hasta. Hasta is the hands. The presiding deity is Savitar, who is the persona or the deification of the rising sun. When the sun rises, we get the fuck up. You dig what I'm saying? Like all your eyes burning like shit behind your eyelids because the sun is that bright. Come on, just get up, bro. You trying to sleep, but even your little fake me out curtains ain't dark enough. Whomever it is, like nobody's curtains dark enough. The sun is up. You feel me? Unless you got them Jones blacked out, but the sun is up. So it is an awakener, and it's there to awaken some, man. It awakens and gives awareness. So Hasta is about awareness. The awareness of what? The awareness of the past, being with K2 and Hasta. It's the awareness of the past and letting go of the past. A little Joan I did. So I'm going through Rahu Dasha this year in July. Right? So Rahu Dasha is 18 years. Prior to that, I haven't had a long Dasha. My longest Dasha was Moon Dasha, and that was 10 years. I started in Venus Dasha. That was maybe 3 to 4 years. So I'm 4 years old. I'm out of that jump, right? Venus is potency, attraction, charm, sex. I guess we could say relationships, but we really would just say women or the opposite sex. So from 0 to 4, I was having all of those experiences. Okay, cool. Venus K2, my granddad Island had passed in the physical. You feel me? Mercy on his soul and his spirit. He need to be around, be feeling. You feel me? Then it was Sun Dasha for 6 years until I'm 10. So Sun is about, my Sun is in Aquarius. Sun is your father, your career, your soul, just your integrity and shit like that. Sun in the 6th house. I don't know if a nigga was in daycare, but I remember, I was having like issues with that daycare shit. I still kind of I just don't fuck with that shit. Like just the thought of that shit. And then it was school. You feel me? And then, nigga was in school and all that there. But it was also Sun is 12th Lord, so I was kind of bearing witness to people getting sick. Grandma, I think, like, was that Sun? Could have been the beginning of Sun Dasha or something like that. She had a stroke at dinner table, kind of fuck me up. I was like, what? And it really kind of get a nigga gut because it was like, nobody else noticed that or saying that, or did anybody give a fuck? I'm the only person paying attention. The only motherfucker that's real loud, always been vigilant. You dig what I'm saying? So that was Sun Dasha. I get out of that. It's about 10. And we start fucking with what is that, Boys and Girls Club and shit like that. It was just like being out more. I was like, God damn, niggas kind of do be hating. I ain't noticed it then. I kind of just wrote it off or whatever. But you see it. It's like, oh God, motherfuckers just don't like a nigga or some shit. And I don't even be want no trouble, but okay. You feel me? Now, my Sun is with Mars and Saturn. So oftentimes it was like there could be quarrels, but then Saturn would be there and it'd be like, I ain't really, you feel me? I don't want them problems, not looking for trouble, but in the same vein, it's being suppressed. Prior to that, my father told me about some shit that was at daycare. I guess I got in a fight and I might have snapped. So that's always been there. I've always been aware of that. But, I don't want to. It's like I be at school. I ain't trying to get in no trouble. Parents get called. Who the fuck knows how I don't want nobody saying shit about nothing. Even if it don't even matter. But it just, I could already know it. I know now. You just have a hunch in my spleen and my authority to tell me then. But I can't really put it there. And then Moon Dasha, that's going from like, yeah, that's like the whole time after elementary school. And Moon Dasha was kind of shit. It's just weird. My mind was just fucked up. I ended up going bald, my nigga. I started going bald at some point during moon dial shit. I just had bald spots. I was stressed. I ain't had no nails, nigga. I was getting obese. You feel me? Like, it was just, oh gosh. Come out of that jump. The end of moon dial shit, I'm going into Mars dial shit. I was in school in moon dial shit, but when you go in the end of your main dasha, you go into dasha chidra, where it's like you really just kind of let most things go. You just, all right, you know, I did that for 10 years. I ain't finished this. I didn't get this done, you know, and the timing is off, you know, don't even sweat that shit. And moon in Sagittarius, I was going to college, community college. But towards the end of that jump, I ended up just saying, fuck it. I stopped going. And that was Mars. Going to Mars, Dasha, Mars Rahu. My Mars is in Rahu. That was kind of like, that phase was kind of tough. Go bullshit. Mother had the other heart surgery, and it was like everything I ever felt from the first time she had the heart surgery came that time, and that shit was like, what the fuck? Where's this shit coming from? You know? And then Mars Dasha, I ended up taking my efforts. Mars is 8th Lord, 3rd Lord, and then 10th Lord, 3rd Lord. So I ended up getting into writing, reading, drawing, painting. And then towards the middle end of that jump, I started getting into, I was always into astrology, but I realized, buckled down. I just learned that shit. Mars Mercury, Mars K2. And now I'm at Mars Moon, about to go towards Rahu. And it's just seeing them changes. Like, I be like, damn, did I get anything done? It's like, truth be told, sure. Venus, Sun, Moon, Mars, now Rahu. So I went through 4 different dashas, and they were short. They were short-lived, but it's like the expression of those planets and stuff like that. It's cool, but now it's like this Rahu phase. Rahu in the 1st house, dispositive for Rahu in the 5th. That's kind of a trine. That's at what they call a Raj Yoga. You know what I'm saying? So this next phase of life kind of gonna be some shit that but I know it's 18 years, man. So and that's just how I had chose to look back on life in the past. Kind of just be like, oh, okay, I ain't gotta sweat that shit. Like, it was just 7 years of efforts and, you know, showing courage and what the initiative and learning astrology and all that stuff. Because I know more than astrology. I ain't gonna bab. I know some shit. But yeah, man, you know, we do the same.